What's going on, y'all? Genzo here. Now, I want to start off this video by saying I'm a Bleach fan. I've been following the series for a very long time, played the games, read the manga, watched the anime, you know, stuff like that. I'm currently enjoying the hell out of Rebirth of Souls, which right now, seriously, go play that right now. 10 out of 10 game. Now, with that being said, I'm not that active in the fandom. I mainly just retweet art, and that's about it. However, I just happened to find the worst Bleach take that I've seen in my life. Now, normally I don't really care for this type of thing. Other people have different opinions on Bleach, and that's fine. However, this one gets everything wrong about it, to the point where I'm questioning if they ever watched the anime or read the series. Now, I found this post by I Hate This Country 76. Wait a second. That name seems real familiar. Hang on. I'm gonna be right back for a few moments. Let me see what this name is. Let me see.
12 seconds later.
Oh, god damn it. Why'd it have to be Seeker? Just why? Okay, side note before we hop in, if you don't know who Canon Seeker is, or Aaron, because they're both the same name actually, one, you are lucky, and two, Aaron is very infamous in the Rubik community. I'm talking Chris Chan levels of infamous. And no, I'm not kidding. There's a Google Doc on the guy, and I already made a video about the time he tried impersonating an artist. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you watch that video. I'll link it in the description or the comments, one of the two. I'll probably do that after this video is done editing. With that being said, allow me to make a recap of what he's done, just so we're up to speed. Aaron is known to harass people for not liking what he likes, stalking people, and pretty much ban evade. So I'm in for some bullshit. Okay. I'm pretty much in for some bullshit with this one. With that being said, let's see what Aaron said about Bleach. Oh dear God. Now, he starts off his first point by saying, Chizuru Honsho, the one confirmed lesbian, and Kubo writes her as a psychopathic predator. Again, bullshit. In filler, she R words a villainous and expressed interest in an underage child. And regularly is written having, oh my god. I'm trying to read his points and I'm stumbling through this. This is how bad we're getting. This is literally how bad it is, folks, right now. If I can't even get to the first point and I'm stumbling because his words are such bullshit, you can already tell we're in for a long, long ride. And is regularly written having her be beat up by other women. Okay, let's unpack this. He's already on the bullshit, folks. So first off, Chizuru is a side character. She doesn't really have that much plot importance in Bleach. Outside when the story has her, being plot important. So the first arc and the fake Katakara Tune arc. So two arcs. She's only infamous in like two arcs. Secondly, she never did that? What? Like that episode was mainly focused on Kon and Chizuru. Actually, no, it wasn't even focused on her at all. It was focused on Kon. What are we talking about? And like Chizuru had little plot importance. Again, my guy, you got that so wrong. Thirdly, like I said before, she's a side character, a gag character. She's mainly played for laughs. She's not really meant to be taken seriously. And yet, here you are. Let's move on to the next point. Now, forbidden from winning her fight against Nidiora, the embodiment of sexism in the villains, he can only be defeated by the embodiment of masculinity, Zaraki. She is pretty sexualized, written as an airhead, and kept out of the plot. Okay. Okay, let's unpack this one. Okay. First off, Nell technically has beaten Meteora before. Back in the past, okay? So back in the past. So she isn't forbidden from winning against him when in the manga it's stated that she would constantly beat him. Again, if you read the manga, you would have known that, Aaron. Nextly, you state that Nidior could only be defeated by the embodiment of masculinity, Kenpachi, and that is wrong. Nell lost, and stick with me here, she lost because she reverted back to her child form, and her child form is very weak. As for her being sexualized, no, not sure that you really have a point there. Much like this entire thing. And her being airhead, not really. She's more cheerful and energetic, if anything, and on top of that, she actually is pretty smart when it comes to certain situations. Yeah, Aaron's point here is just wrong because that's not how Nell is. As I said before, he's never read or watched the anime or manga. You starting to notice a trend here? You starting to notice it? You starting to? Good. Because we're not done yet. Next point. Orihime and Rukia. When they're not losing fights against male characters, they are damsels in distress and require rescuing from men. Okay, one, bullshit. Yeah, no. Once again, Aaron gets this wrong. Shocker, I know. Starting off, Rukia has won fights before. Like, my guy, this is just you not reading the material. And that's not even surprising. Like, my guy, she's won against Deroy Rinker, Aaron Ario, I butchered his name wrong, I apologize. Runborn, and Asnote. Aaron, what are you talking about? Like, Rookie has won fights in this series before. Like I said, all you gotta do is read the manga. Like, again, she has won fights before. Literally, in Thousand Year Blood War, she beat the Quincy that took out her brother. Dude, oh my god. Oh, I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Like I was saying before, Rukia has won fights. As I listed off, she's beaten 4 opponents, literally. That means she has beaten opponents before. Like, just, yeah, he didn't read. He doesn't read. He doesn't read. He doesn't read. He doesn't read. All right, let's keep going. Secondly, Rukia isn't really a damsel in distress, and the only time Rukia was ever needed to be saved was in the Soul Society arc. And the only reason why Rukia needed to be saved, and stick with me here, real crazy, she gave her powers to Ichigo and was about to be executed. How do you not realize that? Like, I'm at a loss for words because that's not who Rukia is at all. Seriously, all you gotta do is look at the very first arc of the series, the very first episode, to figure out how Rukia got into the situation in the first place. Again, this is what happens when you don't read the manga or watch the anime. Now, as for Orihime, she really isn't much of a fighter, but that is okay. However, she is willing to fight to protect others, and much like Rukia, she has won fights before. So, both of these statements that he is claiming to make are wrong. Now, as for his next point, oh boy, oh boy. His next point, well, you're gonna find out. Yoruichi, regularly being naked, unable to defeat a male opponent multiple times. She's also stripped of her agency and turned into a naked cat girl in the final arc by her boyfriend, who removed her cognitive abilities.
Just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
The amount of bullshit in this statement alone is setting me off. First off, much like Rukia and Orihime, Yoruichi has won fights before against Yami and Askin, who, mind you, has the ability to use poison. You see what I mean? But oh, folks, oh no, fans, we're not done here yet. Oh, we're not far from done here. Yoruichi herself even states that she hates that cat form of hers. Also, it's never implied that Kisuke and Yoruichi are boyfriend and girlfriend. Not sure where the fuck you got that from. Also, he never removed her cognitive abilities. That's just what happens when she transformed. My phone literally went off. Holy shit. My phone literally went off. Oh my god. What was I saying before? Oh yeah. Also, he never removed her cognitive abilities. That's just what happens when she transforms into that. Again, Seeker, this point is false, and if you actually, what fucking manga? Oh god, Jesus Christ, let me continue. Read the damn manga, but you didn't, and you're just making up points. much like the rest of this bullshit. Besides the fact that Yoruichi is one of my favorite characters in this series, everything that Seeker is saying is wrong, which isn't the first time. Move on to the next point. Let's keep going. I'm losing sanity. Unohana Retsu, one of the two female captains in Bleach, the other being an angry, annoying soiphone whose personality is literally just insulting or lashing out at anyone. Unohana is nothing but a healer, does almost nothing for the plot, and Unohana is killed off to make macho Captain Zaranki stronger.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I am literally face palming right now. I'm literally face palming. There is so much bullshit, so much wrong. I'm not even joking when I'm saying this. This is the worst thing I've ever read in my entire fucking life. Are are we serious here? No, 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 seriously. No, dead ass, 100%. Are we serious? My brother in Christ, Unohana, is the captain of Squad 4. You know, the squad that is mostly known for healing and stays in the back healing the injured. Yeah, right here, it's about at this point where I start to realize, as if I didn't realize it before, that Aaron is really making it up. Because there's no way on God's green fucking earth this is even remotely correct. Why would Unohana, a healer, be on the front lines? That does not make sense, right? Thought so. Secondly, does nothing for the plot. So we just gotta ignore the fact that she, along with Isane, along with Toshiro, mind you, found out about Aizen's plan, or the fact that she helped Ichigo get back to Karakura Town? Right. So how does she do nothing for the plot? Lastly, while Unohana is killed off, it's not just to make Kenpachi stronger, because here's something that Seeker doesn't really know, and much like this entire thread and this entire take, he really doesn't know, is that Unohana was a Kenpachi. Yeah, the very first Kenpachi. This is what happens when you don't do research. But anywho, the reason why she dies is so that she can teach Kenpachi Zanjutsu. Well, yes, her getting killed off was dumb, and it's still a thing I hate about 1,000-Year Blood War. It's still kind of needed for Kenpachi to grow and get stronger and stronger. My God. Reminder: Kenpachi didn't even know what his Zanpakuto's name was. And this guy was a captain. This guy was a captain. Kenpachi was a captain, and he didn't know his Zanpakuto's name was. It bears repeating. I know. It bears repeating, but the fact that he missed this point is laughable. Also, fuck off about that point about soy phone. Like, just fuck you, dude. Like, seriously. Pattern and Yuzu. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try to do this one. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try to take this one seriously. Much like Chizuru, like these two are just side characters. They don't really have many major plot points outside of like the first arc. And by the way, Ishin isn't really like that. See the fake Karakura Town arc and its fight with Grand Fisher. And oh god, folks, we are nearly done with this. We have one more point. I'm losing sanity. Like, I think the record. I'm at like 14 minutes for. Yeah, I'm at 14 minutes as of recording this, and we're at the last point. Jesus. Okay, let's let's wrap it up. Nemu Kurotsuchi, she was literally made to be Mayuri's slave daughter, and look how he heals her. Alright, look, this video is already long enough as it is, so I'm gonna cut this real short and sweet. We don't question Mayuri, like, at all. We don't question him at all. Dude literally doesn't give a shit. As for Nemu, she's not really his slave daughter. She's not really forced to do anything, and is pretty much willing to protect Mayori. So she's not really a slave. Hell, she's the vice president of the Shinigami Women's Association, and she's having fun doing that. And most of the time, Mayuri really doesn't give a shit. Like, he doesn't care what Nemu really does when they're not, out doing their soul reaper duties. She's off doing that. So it's not like he's forced her to do anything. It's not like he tells her, "Hey, do this, I'm gonna kill you," or type shit, whatever the hell. Like, she's pretty like she has free will. That's the thing. Nemu has free will, and she actually does seem to care half the time. In fact, Nemu does really care. So to say that she is a slave, no, that's just wrong. Yeah, not much to say here. Seeker is wrong. And that's it. Wow, that was really painful to sit through, and I started through most of that bullshit because Seeker is really bad at writing his points. Like, I'm not even gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, I again keep it 100, all that stuff. Dude made me stumble through this whole entire thing because holy shit, his points were so terrible. I'm not surprised that Seeker knows nothing about Bleach. Then again, he probably knows nothing about anime, which isn't surprising given his track history. That being said, yeah, this is the worst Bleach take I've seen in a while. I was literally supposed to start the Sonic Riders Let's Play, but this literally caught me off guard, so I had to make this. With all that said, thank you for watching, subscribe to the channel, we're on the road to 200 subs, and I see you all in the next video. With that being said, I'm gonna go get ready for Tango and Whisper for Sonic Racing Crossroads. I'm putting all my focus into that. I'm getting high for them. I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.